In our last week, we're talking about prayer. This is about the power of God. This is about bringing God into the mission that we have. That's what's so important. And Jesus said, you are going to be my witnesses in Jerusalem. We know this. We've been talking about this for weeks. But then he said, wait for the power. Don't go in your own power. Go in my power. And so the nitrous is like, it's like going with the power. So here we go. Oh yeah, that's not bad. But the power of God is like this. I just want to keep going, man. It's a stretch of an illustration, but man, it was fun, huh? Who doesn't want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Come on, that was awesome. This is what I'm trying to say, okay? Mark records the beginning of Jesus' ministry, and he records for us a moment when Jesus hits the nitrous button, and it's really, really interesting. That evening after sunset, the people brought to Jesus all the sick and the demon-possessed, okay? The whole town had gathered at the door, and Jesus healed many who had various diseases, and he also drove out many demons. Let me explain this day for you. Jesus had gone, and he had already done the duking it out with the devil the 40 days. He'd gotten baptized. He'd gone out into the desert and been duking it out with the devil and had his fasting time, and he turned the water into wine, and now he started to heal people. Now, you know what happens? I'm guessing if you have the gift of healing and you're able to heal somebody, they're going to go home and they're going to tell all their friends, right? And all their demon-possessed person, when they get exercise, they're going to go back and go, hey, guess what? I'm all clean. Who did that? Jesus did. So everybody's clamoring around Jesus. He arrives in this town, and I think this is really important for you to understand, because most of you grew up Catholic. This just might throw you a little bit. But the reason that Jesus goes to this town is to heal Peter's mother-in-law. Okay? If Peter had a mother-in-law, that meant Peter was married, because nobody has a mother-in-law just for fun. Okay. So, can I get an amen? I mean, So he's there, and he heals Peter's mother-in-law, and he starts healing people, and everybody starts coming over. They're like cramming in the door. Everybody wants to be around Jesus because he's got these supernatural powers, right? And so finally he gets to bed at some probably ungodly hour. They kick everybody out, and he goes to bed. So then what does he do the next day? Listen, very early the next morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. He hit the nitrous button. You see what I'm saying? Even the Son of God, even Jesus needed the nitrous every once in a while. As a matter of fact, his disciples saw him need the power of prayer so much. That's really fascinating. Think about this. They finally get Jesus alone at one moment, and they decide to ask him to teach them something. And what is it? Lord, teach us to pray. I'd be like, Lord, teach me how to make water into wine, man. That's awesome, right? Teach us how to, cast out demons. Teach us how to walk on water. Teach us how to, whatever, all those cool things. But they knew that underneath the power that Jesus had to do all those things was prayer. So they said, Lord, teach us to pray. Teach us how to hit that button.